the importance of duplicating yourself and leading by example. I'm so blessed to stand with my sister. We are the same age. Yes, and we started together a long time ago. When we started, she used to look up to me. And then in the end, I ended up looking up to her. I remember Adelina, those years in Bloom, very quiet. I didn't even know that she could smile. Very quiet. But later I understood that she was going through things. Yeah, but I also ended up going through the same things. And here we are. But what is exciting is to see where Adelina came from and where she is now. She's in a room which is full of people, full of leaders, and you don't get there by accident. You get there because there are certain things that you put in place that help you to get to a better place. And I think being here, I don't want to become emotional, but I just feel the two of us can give hope to others, Adelina. And it has to do with duplicating ourselves and also leading by example. So I want to start with you before I say something further. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelly. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I even thought Nelly was talking about someone else, not me. It's true. When I started this business, what made me start being serious was coming to Bloemfontein. And I always say that I had the ego. And when I reached in Bloemfontein, I saw Nelly and the husband. And they talked about their story. And I said, who I am. So before going to the topic, I would say it's so important to not be afraid to invite people that are better than you. Because not duplication, but there are people who are already positive, people who are already knowledgeable, people who know where they want to go. It's easy to work with them. But of course, it's important to also us feel responsible to be the person that we need to be successful in this business. Because before being what we have to do to be, we cannot pass on to other people. So the first thing, we need to take the responsibility of trying to know as much as you can. Learn as much as you can, so we can have something to share with other people. We are not going to be able to be successful until we are able to help our people to do whatever they have to do also. So duplication is the key of success. And I have both in my team. I'm so lucky. I have people who came with their own experience, with their own knowledge, with their own speed, and they are really doing the business work in Mozambique. And also, I have people who are teachable, and I'm able to duplicate myself in them. So teaching everything that you know, but before you have to know to teach.
Wow, wow, wow. Yes, really, I feel leadership is about creating a platform where people can grow. And when you look at the 3 daily success habits in your life, it says start by using your own products. And I just feel if we could just duplicate that. Am I using my product in my business? They say whatever you do is what you'll be able to teach other people. If you are not using your own products, how dare you expect other people to use their own products? It does not make sense. Then it goes to say share the opportunity and share the products and get into personal development. So the question is, am I a good example to my team? If my team members will do what I do, will the team grow? And like Adelina is saying that we have to start there. Once you identify where you are lacking, we are all very fortunate. We have uplines. And even if your upline is not really building the business, you have an upline. And it goes up to Charlie and Alta. And I was even impressed. Charlie and Alta, right now, they are busy working with one lady in Namibia who is in their down line. In other words, you cannot really say, I am alone. All you need is to know your line up and link up with the people that can fill that gap that you have. I was looking at even just doing the points, Adelina. If I'm doing 100 points, you are doing 100 points, you put in somebody who's doing 100 points. Can you imagine? By the time you put all those 100 points together, nobody will be failing to qualify as a qualified senior manager or qualified executive manager. But the thing is, many times us as uplines are not doing what we want our downlines to do. And I think that is really, very important. I don't know whether you can add on a bit on maybe leading by example or whatever.
I think you can continue.
Okay, so we need to seriously examine ourselves and put up a program that will help to better ourselves and then also take our people by the hand and work with them. I was unpleasantly surprised in my team because we do a lot of training, we do so much. And then something just dawned on me, the 20-80% that I was talking about. To say, Nelly, unless you identify these serious people and work with them hand by hand, you'll still be a light bulb and you'll never be able to cut any steel. So I started something where I do one-on-one with my business builders. And we work on dreams. And I was so unpleasantly surprised that I have worked with these people assuming, Charlie always says, inspect what you expect. Don't assume. Assuming they understand how to do their dream chart, assuming they understand how to do their self-talk, assuming they understand how to do their goal card, and all these assumptions, assuming they know how to do a Super 10 and LDC demo, and I was unpleasantly surprised. But now, every business builder that I'm working with, I do not let you go until you do that demo to me. Until we have that name list or we have that self-talk that I know you are doing the self-talk properly. So for me, right now, I feel that is what is helping me to develop leaders that know what I know. And if I have finished working with you on a subject, I know you can represent me because I gave you my all. So I believe, to me, that is what is helping me. Adelina, please talk also.
But I'm happy seeing you talking. I'm learning from you. I want to duplicate what you do.
Amen. Okay, let me talk then. The other thing also is what we have learned from the Eagle team, which is kind of a caution. They say, what you do to your upline, your downline will do to you. Yes? It's helping us to take responsibility and to mind our actions. If you are, as you are being coached, you can be asked to do something. And because you, for whatever reasons, you are giving excuses or you are not serious about it and all that, guess what? A time will come when your downline will do the exact same thing to you. So what is best is when you are given a task by your upline or your leader as they are grooming you, embrace it. And you find that your people will exactly emulate you and do the same. So that is very, very important when it comes to duplicating yourself and leading by example.
Can I come in?
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to talk about responsibility. Something that is very important. It's us as a leader to trust our downlines. Of course, as Nelly said, we have to make sure that the downlines are going to do the things correctly. But it's important to pass the responsibility to the downlines. You cannot be doing everything alone. Otherwise, the team will not grow. So it's very important to make sure that you give responsibility to the downlines. Sometimes you even get surprised because you think that people do not know how to do things, but if you give them the responsibility, they will do very, very well. And nothing more important to make people feel that they are able to do the things. So share responsibility with your team.
Wow. That's very, very powerful. And as a leader, please remain humble. Don't be a big shot. I remember those days we used to come to business presentation, and I would see my downline maybe with 3 or 5 people. And after the presentation, I'm there. No, my name is Nelly, and what? What was I doing? I was taking the attention from my downline to myself. So now these people are saying, I will grow because I'm in Nelly's team, not because I'm under so-and-so. All right? And that creates a bottleneck to me because I cannot handle everybody. So what I started doing now, when I find my downline has invited many people to a business presentation, I let them do their thing. Even if the downline comes to me and says, no, this is my leader, I'll say, what? You know what, guys? You are under a right person. Just follow this person. If you follow him or her, your business will grow. So you are taking off the attention from you to the people. And that way is also another way to help your downlines to come up. So I believe, okay, go ahead, add something.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I spoke about humbleness, and I spoke about allowing your people to do their own thing, and just be there to motivate them, and also to encourage them. Another thing is also the recognition. When your people are doing well, make sure you recognize them. All right? People want to be made feel important. So as you are duplicating yourself, recognize people for all the efforts that they make. Because there's nothing like somebody's trying, they did their first session. It might not be the best, but at least can you find something that they have done which is good to motivate them for them to come up the next time. So the fact that you did something and it did not go well, it does not mean that that person cannot be groomed into a leader. Because nobody is born a leader. Leadership is something that we all grow into. And we grow into it by holding each other's hand and then working together. And also, as a leader who wants to duplicate yourself and to lead by example, you also need to be praying for your business builders or for your downlines. All right? Sometimes people are going through challenges and they might not do what you are asking them to do because of certain things. Once you build that friendship, once you build that relationship, the people connect to you more and they will stick with you all the way because they see your heart. It's not just because we are in the business together, but because we love one another and we actually care for one another. That is also very important.
Something that I see, it's most of the time or a lot of times, people do not believe in themselves. So it's our role as leaders to believe in our downlines before. Because we have passed also by the situation where we didn't believe in ourselves, and because someone believed in us, we started growing, and believing in people is passing this positive energy for people wanting to go forward and be leaders.
And also another thing is that the quickest way to leadership is challenges. The quickest way to leadership is challenges. When you go through challenges, but you have a determination and you have a goal that you want to achieve, you are bound to start to think, to start to plan better. And once you overcome those challenges and you come up with solutions to overcome, guess what? Your leadership just grows. So leadership is not easy, but it is doable, and anybody can become a leader. So I think with that, I hope you have learned one or two things, and just know that every one of us is a born leader. We just need to work on it, identify our weak points, make sure we work on them and until they become our strong points, and then make sure that we have somebody we are leading. If you are just by yourself, you are not a leader. You are just taking a walk. But look behind you. Is there at least one or two people that you are helping to become better people? Thank you, Adelina, and God bless you, team.